Okay, hello again, YouTube. I'm back. This should be part two to the part one. Where I was introducing myself and my experience with the lap band surgery and converting over to the DSG. Okay, so I was at the end of that video. I think I was talking about how I decided to go ahead from the revision, from lap band to vertical sleeve gastrectomy. Just like, I guess they call it a revision type thing or whatever. So September 13th, last Monday, was when I had my surgery done. And everything went well. My doctor was very happy with the surgery. And I'm gonna tell you, it was coming from the lap bands to the vertical sleeve, nothing in comparison at all. This was a lot more pain. The sleeve, 1 week I was back to work. The lap band, I'm sorry. The lap band, I was in 1 week back to work. I had some issues, but I'm going to start talking about the issues that I've had now so far. And I guess it's normal, the issues with the sleeve, but I guess I just wasn't prepared enough for it. So I should have done maybe a little bit more research. I did some, but probably not enough as the same as I did with the lap band. I had the surgery, everything went well, okay. And so I'm going to talk to you about the recovery room. Because even though I was really dazed out and stuff, I can remember a few things. I remember being in so much pain, and I was as I was waking up, they wouldn't even let my mother come in because I was bawling out in pain as they were waking me up. I was like, oh my God, please help me, help me, help me. I'm dying. I'm in so much pain. So, being the drama queen that I am. Anyway, they were like, we're trying, Miss So. I don't want to say my name here, but Miss So, we're trying, we're getting you, I'm hooking up your pump right now, we're hooking it up, you're going to be okay. And I'm like, oh my God, please. And my head is going back and forth, back and forth. Thought I was going to die. Anyway, so they hooked up my pump. And then I don't remember anything again. My mother came after I calmed down and settled down and pain relieved. They let my mom come in, to make sure I was okay and everything before she left. And so then after that, the last thing I remember was waking up inside my room. Pretty much. Was in my own room at that point. So I guess, I was stabilized at that time. So yeah, I didn't go through that with the lap band. Like when I woke up, I wasn't in that intense pain that I was in with this sleeve. The pain is totally different. With the band, it was just maybe a little soreness. Really, it wasn't really that bad at all. But with this sleeve, yeah, the pain was intense pain, really intense pain. So I guess it should, as it should be, because I didn't even realize that this was like a major surgery. I don't know what I was thinking. I'm not mad that I did it at this point in time. I guess I'm going through all this emotional issue right now. That I did go through some emotional issues with the lap band too, but it's totally more intense now. The emotional issues that I'm going through. I didn't cry with the lap band. Like I've cried a couple of days now with this sleeve, So anyway, so I was in the hospital and everything was okay. And I stayed in the hospital, I think, for about 2 days. They did the upper GI to make sure that the liquids and everything was able to go down. And it was. And, they had me on the Pepsid AC. And they were giving me the heparin shots so I wouldn't blood clot, and the things around your calves to massage your legs. And I would slowly get up and start walking around. And once they brought the broth and tea and things like that, clear liquid. They call it bariatric clear liquid diet. That's what they were going to bring you. It'd probably be a little Jello, a little tea, decaffeinated, of course. and some broth, jello, and maybe tea, things like that. That's what they're going to bring to you. So I tried my best to do what I could. It wasn't much. I didn't really want to eat. And I know a lot of people say you really don't want to eat after that surgery. Not initially anyway. But I try my best, just so I can move along with the healing process. And I got a little bit down. So and I was walking around getting my strength back, and I felt, that's my phone. I felt fine to go home. Well, actually, I stayed in there about 2 days, and then my doctor discharged me. Okay, so I came home, and initially everything was okay for that day that I came home. I came home last week, Wednesday, and everything was fine. And, okay, just checking time. Everything was fine. And then, what was it, Thursday? I noticed, things starting to get a little bit different here. And, I wasn't eating anything bad at all here. I was doing what I was supposed to do. But maybe my stomach wasn't tolerating very well the things that I was eating. I had the Activia yogurts. So I was eating because I was told that I can not eat more than 1 ounce at a time. So that's what I was doing. And, being that yogurt was on the diet, because like it's liquidy or whatever, I tried it out. And I measured it with these little cups that I got from the hospital, which measure out to 1 ounce. So I'm measuring everything as I eat it, right? So I had that, 1 ounce cup, and then I'm still trying to sip water as well too. And it's really hard. It's really hard to get all this stuff down, And then what happened was that I was getting acid reflux. I felt the most terrible heartburn in here and the froth in my throat. It was balled up in my throat at the point where I could barely swallow anything. So, I mean, for the remainder of the week that I was home, as far as food is concerned, I must have had maybe one of those 4 ounce applesauce, a little at a time, 1 Activia yogurt, and my liquids, my little vitamin water, and my regular bottled water. I go between the two, I need a little flavor sometime, and I figured I can use the little vitamins because they had all these B12 and B vitamins for energy. This is energy. So that's what I really wanted, I needed some type of energy, and I was taking my B12 supplement as well, and the multivitamin too. I didn't even start with the calcium thing yet because those are like big old horse pills, and I can't swallow that stuff. It's bad enough they were crushing freaking Percocet, and that stuff was disgusting. So I just stopped taking it because I'm like, I'll just deal with it. The pain isn't as bad anymore, so I can just deal with it. So anyway, it got to the point where I couldn't keep up with the liquids and the food. I couldn't do it fast enough. And then I had all this reflux and froth and everything in my throat. It was just impossible. I was getting gas and sharp pains all over the place. It was hard for me to tell my full point, like when I was full, because I still had other issues going on in there. I remember with the band that the full is very different than it, was before, right? You're full, your stomach is like over here now, under your breast. Well, at this point. So my dog is howling in the hallway because I have the door closed. So I'm trying to figure out my full. I'm gonna have to make this another video as well because it's coming on 10 minutes. So yeah, because I have a long story, so you're gonna have to bear with me. Anyway, I'm gonna stop this now and just go ahead and make part 3. Be right back, YouTube.